Let's do one more. One more. I think I'll just try and go beat the gargoyles for this one. Because I've already recorded like 4 hours of this today. Alright. I'll try fighting the Black Knight here with this dragon sword, but I think it's best to fight him with the Zweihander because he is a big tough boy who will not get staggered with anything small. So we've taken that way path here, and we've taken this path here, just to show you that there are multiple ways you can do every area. Let's bring this guy over to the courtyard, because there's the mage up there, you can kind of see him, who will shoot us if we're fighting him anywhere else. I don't think this guy can be backstabbed. He might be able to, but I'm not sure. He is big and slow. Not very bright either. Holy shit, that does so much damage. I want to try and get a backstab on, so let's see if we can get him out here to this courtyard area. He's a drinking. That's good, it gives us more HP so we can fight him. Well, this thing is amazingly damageful. And he also gives us a Titanite shard, and what he was guarding over here is the corpse of a priestess. Specifically, the corpse of what used to be a bonfire priestess, if that's what they're actually called. Firekeeper soul, that's it. Try weird. Nice joke. So what does the Firekeeper shard do? Well, let me introduce you to a concept in this game, which is all items have descriptions. Where is it? Here we go. I'm not going to go through very many of these, but this is just a convenient way to show you what this is. Soul of a long-lost Firekeeper. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity, and can boost the power of precious Estus flasks. It can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper soul to reinforce the Estus flasks. So these item descriptions are sort of the primary way in which we get lore. A lot of the lore is only given in this game through these descriptions. So people who are big lore hunters will read these meticulously, but I am a lazy fuckwad, so I won't. What that does tell us is a couple of things. First, each of these bonfires may have a Firekeeper associated to it, or else they go out. Specifically, the bonfires that are lit, have a Firekeeper somewhere nearby. So, this one was lit when we got here, and lo and behold, wretch. That's rude. Here's the Firekeeper. You may remember her from the cutscene at the introduction. And look, she's sad. She's sad that her Bubba died. Her best buddy boyfriend. And also her legs broke. No response. She cannot speak, for she has cut out her own tongue. However, we can offer these Firekeeper souls to her. Estus Flask reinforced. What does that mean? It means that every Estus Flask charge that we use, you see it's +1, heals us for a greater quantity than earlier ones. Let's talk to this guy before we do the gargoyles.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival.
That's right.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not the first.
What?
But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Poor boy's all sad because the game is hard.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Cynicism. Losing your mind, or in this world, dying, even though your body can't really die, is a form of getting rid of your troubles, but it's not really the best way, is it?
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. You'd better find a smith box soon, unless you enjoy swinging about with blunt instruments.
So it's funny, even though he's sort of disillusioned with everything, cynical, he does tell us a lot of very useful information.
How did that silly sorcerer's apprentice end up? You know, the one always prattling on about Master Logan. He left for the undead burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a hollow.
No, we haven't seen that NPC yet.
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions. What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Poor guy.
What now?
That's it, that's all he has to say. The game was too hard for him, so he sat down. And he's gonna sit here, being cynical and helping the new people. He's also an undead, though he's not hollow yet. We can fight him, and fighting him gives us his armor and weapon, but let's follow through his story. Let's follow it through. Alright, alright, alright. To the bosses we go. You might notice that during those conversations there was a little yellow light that came about and gave us an additional Estus charge. So here's the fun deal. When you put down those signs and someone rates your sign positively, you get an Estus charge. Not a huge reward, but it is one for trying to help people out. Again, just a little bit more proof that this game is about striving, not sadness. Now, I happen to know that this next area, well, we have a Balder Knight, but... Ow. Okay, that almost killed us. Big heals from the newly upgraded Estus flask. This next area strongly encourages the use of longer, bigger weapons. Can I equip the halberd? No, cannot. But the claymore might be very good, because, good time to show it off. Its moveset includes a big pokey. And a big slashy. In addition, this thing here. throw fire at him from here? Not really. But we can use these ranged attacks to hit. Oh, look at that! Does so much damage. Fuck you, Magic Man! Uh-oh. Come on, Poke Boys. The little dance that he might have seen me do, that strengthens these guys. We'll see that unit type again, but it is sort of a mini-boss. Hey, none of that. Take the fire! That's it for you, Magic Man. He can drop all the stuff he's wearing. Ooh, that does precious little damage to a Balder Knight who's using a shield, but this big, strong, two-handed heavy attack will solve all my troubles. One of the keys that we've gathered so far allows us to free a prisoner here. Who is this prisoner, you might say? The Yellow Knight, Lotric.
Still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Oh, doing that cancels his speech. But we open the door.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lotrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
Seems like a bit of charlatanry, but we didn't really expect a reward for helping him, did we?
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time.
Yeah, so he'll go back to the Undeadburg. Most of the folks that we meet do that eventually. The story of this man is essentially that he either worships a god, I think he does definitely worship a god, or he lost a very dear person to him. It's kind of difficult to see because of the stance that he's in now. But the armor that he's wearing, I think it's brass or bronze. It is on the chest piece, designed to look like a pair of hands embracing you from behind, referencing the god or his lost lover, and he is out to collect Firekeeper souls. So it may be that his lost lover was that, or it may be that that's what his god demands. I don't know. I'm not a lore maniac. Here. I got it for humanity for breaking that corpse out of that barrel. It's very unfortunate to die of starvation and, well, dehydration in this case, from being stuck in a barrel. But we'll see lots of corpses who've had that sorry fate. Moving on, moving on. Yay, barrels to destroy! And an item, what a joy! But alas, we are nearing the boss! The boss known as the Gargoyles. Yes, Gargoyles plural. These boys took me 2 years to beat the first time I was playing this game, partially because I refused to use a shield, also because I was very easy to be scared and to not be smart about my play. Now, we can summon here both Lotric and is it Sigurd? The light guy we were talking about. So I'm going to spend a humanity and, you know, resummon all these bozos around here to allow myself the opportunity of summoning my friends. Just to show you what that looks like. Now, summoning does 2 things. Number 1, it brings about friends to help you. You can summon up to 2 people. Also, while you're a human, enemies can come and get you, so we'll have to rush when we do this. Number 2, summoning allies for a boss fight increases the health that the boss has, which, if your allies are not sufficiently helpful, can actually be detrimental overall. Luckily, Lautrec doesn't have a whole lot of health, but Siegmeyer? No, the Siegmeyer is the Onion Knight. Who is the name of Sunbro? I don't remember. He has ass tons of health. Literally loads of health. So, it won't be too bad. Vitality. I'm gonna level up Vitality and Endurance. So, it's not difficult. It's not really easy to see, but we have a little bit more health, a little bit more stamina. Reverse hollowing. As we walk around, I'll show you the summon signs, but I will hurry because I do not wish to be invaded, and you can be invaded. This is probably the most common invasion location in this game. So we wish to hurry. Once we pass this door here, we can be invaded. Oh, we're in danger. We're in danger. You know you're invaded if you start getting the fog doors in areas that prevent you from loading. Here are some of the summon signs. There's only one that I saw. We're gonna keep rushing. Don't want to give people too much time to give us the murder. I'll go ahead and... no, I'll keep the claymore out. Uh-oh. Lots of damage there from the mobbies. Now you'll notice here, the mage, you could sort of consider him a mini-boss because he does not respawn. He's not there no more. But we are going to use our old fire tactic to AoE these boys to death. Mr. Zombies, I do not wish to deal with you. You deal damage and do it cheekily. Ow! He's taking those hits anyway. It's really easy to die here and lose your humanity, so we're going to be careful. Do some suck. Okay, all clear. Moving on, swiftly moving on. Surprised I haven't been attacked yet. I guess it's because we're playing the not the like there's like an upgraded version of this game presumably. So maybe all the people who might be doing that are playing that. Here we go. The summon sign for good old Solaire. Now there is some way of summoning Lautrec here, but I don't remember what the requirements for it are. So maybe you need faith. I think that might be it. Lautrec, however. Solaire, sorry. Should be easy to remember. Oh, look at that beautiful sign. Okay, switching to Zweintander. Let's make sure we get rid of these items, which may be hurtful. We'll put on some fire bombs. This is considered not the hardest boss in the game, but the highest jump in difficulty. Over there, thing has happened. We haven't spawned them yet. But it's very easy to fall off, and the gargoyles will come from over there. They're using halberds or giant axe things. Their weapons are slightly different. I guess they're just different types of polearms, I guess? I don't know what to call them. Like this, guarding the bell tower. This is pretty terrifying. And pretty cool, in my opinion. He has a big old axe for a tail. Cool! Alright, you Scream Lord. Whoa! Really getting into it right there, huh? Again, we will focus the tail. Ah, one hit gives us the weapon. And this thing staggers him. So it's, in this case, best to kind of rush DPS. And we'll let Solaire deal with this one here, while we deal with the second one that spawns. Kind of a tricky pair, because they, if you're fighting by yourself, can be real difficult. So this is, in this case, a very good use of your summon ability. Ow, fire, 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 fire. Solaire's doing alright. Ow. This one prefers to use fire, which is very easy to attack. But if you have two of them, there's the long range and the short range guy, so it can be rough. Look at that! Solaire killed him! What a buddy! High five, buddy! Pooh. Thank you for your help. And I'm happy I got this gargoyle helm. I like it, it's cool. Oh, but it makes us too fat. Let's take off. Does the gargoyle helm give us poise? It gives us 8 poise, whereas this gives us 12 poise. Not quite as much. So we'll keep this. So, for defeating the boss, we get a soft humanity. See at the top left, the humanity counter has gone up, and also we get to progress and do something called ringing the bells. We also get a pretty nice vista. Pretty nice vista. Solaire gets unsummoned when we kill him. We got lots of souls, 10,000, lots of leveling potential. Glorious. Imminent up. That's a silly one. I will rate it up. I like rating these up. Because somebody somewhere Estus, if they're logged on at the same time. I don't know if you get the Estus if you're not logged on and someone rates your thing. What about this one? Light. Sure. Why not? Ooh. I was absolutely terrified when I got here the first time because it's so high up and I'm afraid of falling. I had fallen so many times when I played this before. What can we see from here? Big observatory. That's interesting. A boss is up there. If you remember, the albino dragon was up there. Down here, just some clouds. We're far beyond the heavens, aren't we? But there's clouds above us as well. Ooh, that was scary. I backed up. Didn't mean to do that. There's all the ramparts, the roof that we had crossed. Forest and the glorious sun. Not quite shining through the clouds. Oh, it is. Let's ring it. See what happens. Give it a gold ding-da-ling. Dong. Ding, 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 dong. Dong, ding. So that's one of the bells that people have been hearing as I've been playing this game. Now, hopefully someone else will hear it and know that our plight is shared, but not insurmountable. Let's move it on, shall we? How long has this one been? 22 minutes. Not too bad. Roll. Not roll. Oh, for some reason it's not letting me slide. And I'll avoid sliding, because boy, is this precarious. Eat your heart out, people with vertigo. This is far less precarious. You can fall down. There'll be something to catch you. But it's still a pretty far fall. Can we slide? I don't remember. There we go. There we go. That's the slidey. And a new boy has approached.
Greetings. I am Oswald of Kareem, the Palm. Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
Good job, other guy ringing the bell. Let's learn his gesture. Well, what is it? A very memey gesture in this game, indeed. So, with this guy, you can deal with your karma. You can abandon a covenant without joining another one. You can request absolution if you have performed misdeeds and somebody has called you out on it. If you've done something bad, and there is a badness system in the game, people of a certain covenant can hunt you down more easily, and the requesting absolution allows you to pay money to remove your sin. Boy, oh boy, does every church in the world love money. Nothing's more holy than money. But wait, didn't most prophets preach poverty as a good quality? Nah, that's bullshit. Let's see what he's got to sell. Purging Stone lets you get rid of curse. Curse is a very bad thing. If you get cursed, your health is permanently halved. Max health permanently halved. So this is the only way to get rid of it. It's a very good thing to spend 3,000 souls on, but I will never get cursed. I am a genius. Indictment allows you to observe I think, oh yeah, it allows you um, to report somebody. This is a good way to report somebody who maybe is like, um, who is camping you through invasion. Homeward Bone, of course. Everyone sells a bit of Homeward Bones. Book of the Guilty allows you to observe who's the bad folks. Karmic Justice is a miracle which I believe deals damage based on the damage you have taken. We can read the thing. Miracle of Black-Haired Witch Velka. Temporary auto counter versus heavy damage. For each sin there is punishment, and it is the task of the goddess Velka to define the sin and met out punishment. So I guess maybe if you do this, it gives you a buff, and if you take too much damage, the enemy takes a bunch of damage. Velka's Talisman. In order to cast miracles, you need to use talismans, and each of them have, just like weapons, different scaling values. In this case, this is a talisman that allows you to cast, I believe, miracles, but scales with intelligence. Kind of interesting. Finally, a couple rings. Bloodbite ring reduces stuff from bleed, and the poison bite reduces the effects of bleed of poison. And then another ring of sacrifice. We know that one already, don't we? Makes you keep your items if you die. I'll quickly read those. One of the infamous bite rings, commissioned by Sir Astor of Kareem. Oh boy, everyone's defeating the gargoyles today. Excellent. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, the ring is an unmistakable asset. It is in its ability to help prevent bleeding. One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Astor of Kareem. Once again, it's good because it helps prevent poison, so it seems as though Sir Astor of Kareem was doing some bad shit. The dreadful rumors of his creation, I wonder how it might have been made. Scary, scary.
You're welcome anytime.
You're right.
It is only human to commit a sin.
Boy, are all the people down here in Lordran big on laughing at their own jokes. Alright, moving on. Praise the sun indeed. Let's give that one an upvote. Let's see if we can see any good sights here before we leave. Unfortunately, the trees obscure our vision, but if you look down there, that's probably where we started out. Over there, you could see someone's messages, and I believe that's the courtyard where we originally climbed this castle. Of course, the biggest sewer walls that we'll be defeating eventually. A cool little waterfall. Redness indicating that's it, Sans Fortress. But wait, isn't that Sans Fortress? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, because... No. This is Sans Fortress. And this is that long path that we used to get over to the blacksmith. So you go down there, and then you take a right, and you go over there, Sans Fortress. Bam! Sans Fortress should be bigger than that little castle, too. Little churchy area down there. It's the beginning of this one. Presumably somewhere around here is the forest involving the stuff down here. You remember this stuff? We've been there. I really like how you can hear the clinging of your armor depending on the armor types. Can't really tell what this is. There's gargoyles everywhere though. I'm glad we defeated that one first try. Probably thanks to Solaire. Oh, good buddy Solaire. I don't think I can walk on this ledge, so we'll not keep going. Here's a nice thing. I do not think you can be invaded or invade others. I think you can't be invaded, but you can invade others and you can help people once you have defeated the boss for that area. Yeah, you can definitely help people. That's how friends help people. You can play this game entirely cooperatively. Let's do some shield work. I haven't done that at all. Ow. Bam. Ow! Bam! A lot of shield gameplay is take a hit, punish them for hitting you, because they take a little bit to refresh themselves after you've hit you. Not a super exciting way to play, but it is easier and safer. Boulder armor, quite good, quite good. Maybe we'll wear it when we have more strength. Maybe I'll just get rid of all my other armor and wear that. Be wary of Wretch. Be wary of Caster, that's a good one. Let's upvote them all, why not? Friendly gestures all around. Let's see what the Boulder armor has to give us. Boulder armor. 16 poise. If you remember, the armor we're currently wearing gives us 8 and 12, so it's not as better than both of our pieces of armor, and it weighs 10. Collectively, this weighs 7.8 and 1.5, so it's about the same, with overall less everything. So, the weight to defenses ratio is kind of exponential. Higher defenses weigh a lot more because they're more valuable since you have limited slots. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Moving on. I could spend ages here trying to get summoned. That's a good way to farm humanity as well as souls, but that would probably take forever, and I'm not going to do that on camera. Maybe I'll do that off camera if I need to, if I want to farm some souls. The legit way? The legit way? I think I will. Rev it up. By the way, if you want to summon yourself, if you want to summon somebody, or you want to invade somebody, you must be within some sort of level range between you and them. So you can't be too far higher level than other people. Of course, the most important things in this game are not levels, but skill and equipment. So if you beat the game and get all the best equipment without raising your level, then you can invade people and be a billion times stronger than them. Oh, does that make you a hero? But we're not going to do that. We'll just level up some. Oh yeah, looks as though beating the boss made us human too. I forgot about that. Let's talk to this guy. Can we reinforce? We have a Titanite shard. So we can reinforce this right hander again. Hooray.
Don't get yourself killed.
I'll try not to, buddy.
Well, you need any?
Let's talk to him.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh?
That's right. That's right, Mr. Super
There are two
Strong
types
Boy.
of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services.
Yeah. Any more to say?
You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
What a good guy. What a good guy. So yeah, we can
I'll be
upgrade
seeing
armor
you
and stuff.
then. Be careful out
We can
there.
kill him just like we can kill anyone else and get his little hammer thing. One thing that people like to know, all of these are things you can get in this game. Maybe not exactly at the size they are here, but these are all weapons you can have. All of them. You can't necessarily get them all from here. There's some funny stuff about this place. For example, although he has this table here that he uses to sell his wares and put his forging equipment down, and he has a quenching box barrel that's supposed to be filled with water to cool down weapons after they've been heated up and hammered, he has no forge, no way of heating up things. So some people say there's no way he could be a forgeman. Others say that he is the son of Gwyn, Lord of Light, cast out from the land. Depending on your lore requirements and sources, that may or may not be true. But if he is a godly person associated with the god of lightning, I say there's no reason why he wouldn't be able to heat weapons and armors and shields up with his own magically powered hands. No. It's also funny that a lot of these things are sort of floaty. Obviously there's missing stuff here. And if we knock things around, for some reason the world is slippery and immaterial. The barrel flows through time. This is convoluted. It is convoluted, that is for sure. But not everything can be done that way. Thank you, Andre, Mr. Lord. And now we're only up to 36 minutes, so let's see if we can progress through the forest. Oh, joy, we've killed the guy here, so we don't have to be afraid of him the whole time we play this game. The forest is sort of an additional extra bonus area. Hey, we can summon a guy. I will not, because I want to take this at my own path. Forests. Haha, thank you. So we have divergent paths here. And I will take the one less traveled for now. Goal in going this direction is to get a number of items, some lore information, and a particularly important ring. Just be careful, it's really easy to fall off these cliffs and fail horribly. Down there is a lake, and trees, and some crystal beasts, as well as a hydra. Imminent bug, you're right. Dark root basin. See that bug over there? We want to kill him. Don't let killing him kill us. If you take too long to kill them, they do that. Disappear, so they can be quite the slippery buggers. Literally. Somewhere around here, there's some good stuff. Ah yes, the grass crest shield. Leather armor, leather gloves, leather boots, a longbow, feather arrows. So, this introduces a new concept to the game. This is the death point of the Ranger, one of the classes we could have picked at the starting of the game. All of the classes have their points at which they died, suggesting that all of those people were at some point the quote-unquote chosen undead who failed, died. It's weird that they're corpses here, but they are, you know, they can res, but whatever, don't think about that too much. So it's kind of cool across the game. You can see how far each one of the classes got. Is it an indication of the strength of the classes? Maybe. I sort of think so. Is it really anything other than sort of an interesting tidbit? No. Not really intended to be very much at all. Okay, so here... Don't want to take too much falling damage, so we'll fall in the smallest way possible. This direction holds back Knight. And the Grass Crest Shield. My favorite shield for sure, because although it does not have particularly strong shielding properties, it does have an extra property which allows the user a different form of strength. Namely, bonus stamina reduction. Bonus stamina regaining. Let's see if we can't kill this boy before he kills me. So where did the Black Knights come from? Clearly they're no regular hollows, as they are much bigger than the majority of the enemies in this area. Ow. Do not fall, do not fall. I'd like to get past you, Mr. Guy. Oh. That worked. Alright, let's untarget him and get the drop on him, shall we? Bye-bye. So here's an interesting tidbit. Although they are indeed hollow, they are not... Well, I don't think they're hollow. I don't think they are. Maybe they are sort of hollow, but not really. They are not permanent. They do not respawn. Maybe they're mini bosses. Maybe they're not. Anyway, why are they here? The knights, these big knights, are gods. Maybe part human, part god. I think sort of the size of the god indicates their strength. Various types of strength exist. For example, physical and holy. Bonfire here, and we can open a sort of secret little passageway here. Pull the lever, crunk. This can lead us to skip to a different part of the game, which is far darker and far harder. Should we go take a look at it? I think so. You can tell this is a gigantic ultra elevator. Hard to believe that we can walk all of that through stairs, but we can. Yes, we can. Here we go. What is this? Land of Drakes. Through that door over there, that castle, is the other area I was talking about. There are a bunch of items here. But the dragons here are scary, so we're gonna run away. Please do not murder me. I would like to run. They shoot lightning. Ah! Funny enough, dragons are supposed to be weak to lightning. Which is why the gods and Gwyn and his army spec'd into it. But, these are drakes, and they have been infused with lightning. Drakes in this world are, I believe, lesser forms of dragons who may have been bred with other beings. Potentially dragons and gods bred together. Which sounds pretty kinky, a bit furry, but maybe that's what happened, I'm not sure. And that's what's given them their lightning powers. Yes, these are good messages, so I will rate them positively. There we go. Moving on forward. Let's drink a bit, because the next part can be perilous. We reach the foggy, damp, dusky area of the world. You notice it's kind of... I'm not sure if it's still full daytime, but it is, because of the fog, darker. We've got a couple things that we're dealing with here. Number one, over there, a big ol' Hydra monster. He's not too tough to deal with, but I do not feel like dealing with him now. Look, see at the top left, those little green arrows indicating bonus stamina recovery. Very useful. He also shoots big globs of water at us as we get closer. Luckily, Mr. Zweihander staggers Mr. Crystal Guy pretty well. Although there's no way to really defend against ground crystals, so let's try and kill him before his buddy gets here, so we can only fight one at a time. So we can fight only one at a time. Got him. I think he's gonna do a ground smash now. Nope. Alright, well, I'll do a ground smash. One more attack, gotta do it. Goodbye. 200 souls, and oh, a yellow item. Blue Titanite chunk. Yellow indicates, I believe, non-equipment items. Not sure. That's probably bullshit. I don't know what items are yellow. Let's go up here. Where is this? Well, does that bridge look familiar? This castle associated to this other area by only a bridge? Is that the sun or the moon? I don't know. I don't know. Time is indeed convoluted, but if we go through this door, it's locked. Shit's locked. But I can attack somebody. I do not recall where to get the... Oh! We must be deftly careful. The enemy beyond this door is particularly powerful. Notice his shield, when it's sticking out, completely negates our attack. Pretty cheap way to kill this guy, right? Let's not kill him this way. Let's kill him when we can actually face him. I thought I had the key for it. I don't remember where the key is. I don't remember. Maybe we'll come back later when we do have the key. I know it's not in this area. I think it might be in the forest area. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll look that up before the next time I play this game. Huh, that might be a nice thing to do. Prepare a little bit. Know something about what you're doing. Nah, that's unreasonable. Okay, back to the forest, out of this grungy, dark area. I do really enjoy moss. It's one of my most favorite substances in the world. It feels so good to touch. Not so much the moss that's underwater, but if I'm swimming around and stuff, it's nice on your feet to touch it, if you can deal with the fact that it's kind of gross. It's such a nice color, an understated darkened green. And it's always the softest thing. And it's never poisonous or anything. Lovely plant life. Other plants like grass, not my favorite because it can kind of hurt your teeth. It always makes my feet itch if I'm walking on grass, and it gets everywhere and stains your clothing. Fuck grass. I don't like it. Back to the garden. Blooming purple moss clump. A very useful bit of equipment. We could fall down there, but that's a bad idea. I'll tell you that for free. So let's move on. Move on. I forgot about that. There's an item hidden behind a rock, where coming forward you can't find it, but coming back you can. Pretty cool, clever design, Mr. Game. Oh. It's just a guy we killed. Well, there is an item hidden behind a rock, but maybe it's further along. There's a big old butterfly over there. And this bridge, I believe, is the one to Sen's fortress that we were talking about earlier. See that butterfly? He is quite pretty. Did you see the popping in? Look at that building on the left side. It's kind of flat. Suddenly, now it's less flat. Maybe it's a bit difficult to see because of all the plant life. That butterfly is pretty. It is actually a disgusting abomination created by the mad scientist albino dragon that lives at the top of the science castle. Who is he? Well, I don't remember his name, so I'm sorry about that. Ow. Oh no! A trick enemy! Pretending to be a bush. More moss. Collecting these moss clumps is useful. That item there, how can we get it? Through exploration, my dear, exploration. There's the item hidden behind the stone, which, just walking around here, is not hard, not easy to see. But it's just some souls. We'll get so many soul items and I probably will never use them. Moving forward, over here there are two doors, one of which is blocked by stone, one of which is blocked by magic. You see this hole there? You remember some time ago the item that you can purchase over at Andre of Astora? That crest of Knight Artorias is what you use to get through this door. Don't have the money to get it right now, but so instead, I'll get through this door because it's illusory. Haha. It's cool that the bonfire is made of bones. It's burning souls of others. You give it a little bit of your soul, and it lets you sit here. Can we level up some? Yeah, dude. Just once, though. Let's use our remaining souls to repair our stuff. Anything that pops up here is something that has taken some damage. Requires very minimal souls. The Drake Sword is the one that we've damaged the most, probably because we used that special ability. Not a bad idea to make sure that all of your equipment is well cared for. It's pretty cheap too, only maybe a couple hundred souls. Be wary of lag. I agree, Mr. Hollow. Now this forest, much like the rest of the game, is absolutely fraught with diverging paths and traps. If you look here, you may notice that there's a bunch of plants, and that some of these plants look oddly like the plants that have attacked us in times past. Ooh, what might that be? This item here is a fairly unimportant item, but if you pick it up... Oh! Ambush! Run for your lives! Equip the shield. Block attacks. Let them get closer. A bit closer now. Ow. Quite a few of them doing these ranged attacks. Ow. Lots of damage there. Ow. Right in the kisser. Alright, so one thing I will do now is, because I have a soft humanity and I am a human, let's make sure that we can use that efficiently. Say by kindling this here bonfire. Yes, it will respawn all the enemies, but it will also allow us to have way more Estus. So I think it's a worthwhile sale. Happy day. Moving forth. Loving the world. Now, once this has been triggered, those boys are always triggered. Ha ha. Triggered. This area is pretty cool. I really like the aesthetic of this forest here. Boy, these deal the damages, don't they? For these ones, a lighter weapon may be preferred. But one that can hit a lot of them with a big AoE is not undesirable, especially when you are dealing with a lot of them. They also have a grab attack that will pretty much one-shot you. It seems unfair, but, you know. Now, can you see anything strange here? Lots of trees, some of which are mossier than others. Over there's a dead guy. Actually, it's this. The tree is moving. The tree is alive. Now we can kill this ancient living tree, but not gonna, not for now. Instead, let's try and fight some of these boys. Ow. Ow. I found this to be an absolutely lovely training ground, because their attacks let you practice using your shield, very much so, and timing your attacks very well. Also, taking advantage of the fact that they cast this slowness aura. Now, if I had failed to kill him, that slowness would allow me to walk slowly, and it would not let me roll. Very dangerous indeed. Uh-oh. Let's run away. I do wish to equip the Claymore. It won't deal as much damage, but it will allow me much faster range of movement, which is very important when fighting lots of enemies like this. Oh, that range, that range! Make sure we don't die, huh? No matter how much Estus you have, if you don't drink it, it's worth nothing. Backing up and healing is a very intelligent strategy in this game. Uh-oh. Did I piss off the other guy? No. No. Okay. Now, once we have damaged these guys, they have a tendency to cast that thing. We are now much slower. And it is in our best interest not to fight him until it wears off. We can't roll. There we go, it's worn off. And now, when we're not slowed down, it's in our best interest to run around his attacks and hit him instead of blocking. Because blocking requires much stamina. Even rolling is less effective than running around. Oh, he used to dodge. Ow! There we go. Good old Stone Knightman. Giving us 600 souls per kill. Very valuable, I'd say. Very valuable indeed. Here's a very good set of armor, the Elite Knight set. Guarded by a bunch of enemies. Yes, yes, yes. Let's not spend too much time killing them. Has this tree moved? No, it hasn't, but now there's a red guy back there. Oh, enemies abound in this land. There's a lot of these stone knights. There's also a tree, which if we go in here, there's kind of a snake guy here, huh? Shit, that range. Oh boy, we are in a bad position. This is probably, yeah. Rest in peace, me. Oopsie. Alright. Next time, I'll run through and not waste too much time. Let's just avoid all the enemies as we collect the equipment. Are you still not moving? Under certain circumstances, it moves out of your way instead of having you need to kill it to move past it. There's a bit of a trickery here. You see these snakes. They will come and get you. Ow! Jesus, the range on these boys, very rude. Let's switch over to a longer range weapon. Oh, Jesus. Ah. Very rough. Did we collect the item here? No. Well, we got our souls back at least. It is, however, very important to stay calm. Do not let death discourage you. It is only giving up that is true failure in this game. Very philosophical, huh? How about instead, we'll kill these guys as they chase us, instead of waiting till we're in the dangerous position. Oh, come on. Okay, okay, stacking those attacks. It's a bad idea to accept their ambush, once you know that it's there. There we go. Rid of them for now. Souls are there. What was that? Another ambushman, huh? Screw you, Mr. Tree. Okay. So you already saw that the snakes attack us, and they provide a high level of poison. But if we attack them first, they're not too big of a deal. It's kind of an interesting sort of two-headed snake monster. It's more of a lizard, really, because it does have arms. Partisan. Very useful weapon. It's a spear with good range. Not something I will work with now. Though, there's a couple more items here, I believe. Some of these flowers provide light, but they also look like items. Very tricky, tricky. Tricky indeed. Another snake tree here. We don't need to get close to him. Alright. Let's not go to the boss just yet, but instead get an item before we move on. Has the tree moved? No, it hasn't. Unfortunately, Mr. Tree, your lack of movement has required me to provide you with death. Maybe you have to kill the boss for the tree to move on its own. Poor, poor tree. Has lots of health, but no way to defend itself. And you can see this whiteness means that it will not revive when we respawn. I don't think so, at least. Here's the red thing that we were dealing with, these like stingray sort of frog guys. Oh, he fell through the world. They give us something useful, I don't remember if we farm them, but more importantly, their corpses are very buggy. So, yeah. Here. You're right, there is a tree here. What does killing this one allow us to do? Is it nothing? I do think this one moves to close the path once we have... Let's see if I can get him moving. No. Well, screw you, tree. $180 souls. Whatever. Bonus rating for you. Because I rate everyone positively. Everyone is my friend. You can see this is a pillar underneath that bridge we were under earlier that leads to Zan's fortress. Quite an interesting idea, for sure. Somewhere around here are more of those red spotted toads. They lick you and give you poison, I believe. Beating to a pulp. Yeah. Another one of the Stone Guardians, and 3 Toadmans. Luckily, the Toadmans move much more quickly than the Stone Guardians, which allows us to dispatch them without fighting the Stone Guardian. Immediately takes damage from the Stone Guardian. What a noob. What's that sound? Oh, I believe it was the Stone Guardian casting slowness. Yup, I'm slow. Get the shield out. Run straight past this guy, and let's kill Mr. Frog number 3, and we get green blossoms. Ah, yes, green blossoms, a usable item that allows us to increase our stamina recovery rate, much like the Grass Crest Shield. All these trees are creating a difficult fighting environment, especially for... Oh! Another one spawned. Let's be careful, huh? Okay, he's dead. Running around. Not necessarily at the speed of sound, mind you. Dead. Those guys dropped the Stone Guardian weapon and the Stone Guardian armor. Big, heavy stuff that's pretty dang good for this part of the game. Takes forever to farm that shit, though. This is a lake. You can hear it kind of has tides somehow. Not sure. Don't exactly know what's down there, but I don't think that we can jump down there very well. Beating to a pulp, you got it, boyo, you got it. Oh, this is not the right way to go. Somewhere around here there's another path. Let's see if we can't find it. Hey, I found it. Yes, this used to be some sort of purposefully created stairwell, but it's been so long it's all destroyed. Imminent night, that's a good hint there, buddy. Imminent night. And lo and behold, the night. Imminence proven. One more hit ought to get him. Bang boys up against the wall. Oh. Able to shield just in time there. I was punished for going for a second hit. Alright, Mr. Corpse. Because it's so big, you can do dumb stuff. Let's take him with us, shall we? Mr. Corpsey, I have an imminent fate for you. The dropping off from a ledge. Yeah! What's our reward for that adventure? A wolf ring. Let's see what it do. Equip this one. Boosts poise. Let's see how much it boosts poise. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn, the Wolf Ring, belongs to Artorius the Abysswalker. Artorius had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with a great sword. So, currently our poise is 19. Wolf Ring grants us 40 poise. That's a ring and a half, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes it is. Alright, now the easy way back is to make that jump. The hard way back is to walk all along there, but we're gonna make it! Yeah! Screw you, plant man. Uh-oh. Screw you, plant man! And now we're back to the beginning of Plant Zone, so let's go get, some more Estus, and we'll rush over to the boss. Over to the boss. Yes, yes, the boss. Level up. Only once, as we can. Okay. And moving on. Do not wish to battle, Mr. Plantazoids. Do not wish to battle, Mr. Stoneman. We're gonna rush to the boss and not be bothered with anyone else. So there is indeed a helper you can summon here. It's a witch. Should I do that? Sure, why not? Let's get some extra content in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to deal with one of these guys. Let's run all the way back, become human, so we can summon the witch. You can see it's really easy to get all turned around here, so experienced players know pretty well where they're going. The later stages of the game, I'm not entirely familiar with everything, because, you know, I've played this game through, but not all the way through every time I've played it, so, you know. Let's humanity up. Oh, a couple of plant men have followed us here. Need to get rid of them before we can... Oh! Well, he's the grab attack that kills you. Luckily we died right next to the bonfire, so retrieving our souls should be easy. Oh. Let's consume a humanity. Reverse the hollowing. This is another very common place for people to invade, so we'll want to rush through here. Alright, let's try and be safe as we do this. Now, to avoid spawning or pissing off too many of the knights, let's kind of hug this left wall here. Being careful not to touch the tree with the snake. Oh, sneaky snake. You are so sneaky. Now it is sort of inevitable to piss off at least one guy because he's right at the door. The witch summon circle thing is hidden here. Summoning phantom. But let's move on because that guy wants to kill us. Beatrice. Come along, Beatrice. It's funny, she hid her sign in the bush. Interesting, maybe she doesn't necessarily want to help that many people. Oh, Beatrice is having trouble with this guy! No, 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 no! She's really taking a beating. Okay. Beatrice will inevitably die, but just so we can get a look at her. Come on, Miss Witch. There's always something sexy about young witches, isn't there? She also has a cool necklace you can kind of see. These 4 little dots. And she wears a big hat. The wizards and witches in this world are all following the trends of Big Hat Logan, which we will meet in this game. It's cool that often witches and wizards here carry shields in addition to their staves. Let's continue on to the boss of the forest. I should have equipped. Oh. So this boss is a magic-based boss. He performs magic. If we equip some fire bombs, that'll make things a bit easier. Okay, cast your magic. Butterfly. The lower HP it has, the more quickly it casts these magic spells. And if you're close enough to him, you can toss these firebombs in, making things easier for yourself. Of course, he does a big explosion. Silly Beatrice. Oh. You done moving? Yep. He has 3 different attacks. A big, fat attack. Oh! It's nearly impossible to avoid the attack. Shit. Oh, I killed him mid-attack. Happy day. I wanted to heal. Whoops. Soul of Moonlight Butterfly. Thank you, Beatrice. You have been quite the friendly follower. What is our reward for this? 10,000 souls, Moonlight Butterfly Sword, and... I'm sorry to have had to kill that thing, by the way. I did it. Well done, boyo. Can we see anything cool here? No. Too much fog. You can, however, always see the mountain that we're going to go up. That's a cool thing. It's kind of an insurmountable thing. Ember ahead. You are right, sir. You are right. So this is technically an optional boss, but he holds an item that is semi-optional. It's a very, very important item. Not super important right now, but later on it will be. The way the upgrade system works is thus. When you're doing regular reinforcement, regular upgrades, you can upgrade your weapons to +5. Afterwards, you need to advance them before you can upgrade them to +10. And this ember here, Watchtower basement key, oh yes, we're going to need that. The ember Divine Ember allows you to advance them to Holy type. There's other embers, just like a regular Fire Ember that allows you to advance them to +10. The key is going to let us fight that big guy that was behind the door. And once again, here is another one of those areas where stuff is haunted. It has gravity, but it also has sideways gravity. And you'll see here that it will fall down. Poof, poof, poof. Now, if you notice, this was another one of the quenching barrels. Goodbye, stuff. As you phase through the universe, I bid you farewell. Oh, some of it does move slower or faster. Look at this little piece of wood. It's kind of getting stuck. But it is moving. It will get there. Slowly. Isn't the animal kingdom amazing? I think so. Now, this is a forge. Yet an anvil and a table, but this guy, who looks much like Andre, is petrified. This is what happens to people when they become cursed. A statue of their petrified bodies is left behind. Unfortunately, it seems as though this one... Question, is this Andre, his petrified body, and he just revived somewhere else? Is this another person who looks exactly the same and has the same profession? Why would you set up a smith place in this abandoned tower? All good questions, and questions for which I don't have any answers for. So, too bad. Anyway, this is a good time to use Homeward Boner, just to show you what they do. Take me to my bonfire. Here we are. Excuse me. That burp tastes wonderfully of sausage. Now, we have once again returned to the same area, but we now have the tower basement key. Remember the door I could not get past? Now we can. Let's get past it and see what lies beyond. Oh, but it's not the way we want to go. We should level up though, however, before we do this, because we've got a lot of souls on us, and we wouldn't want to waste them. There we go. You'll notice that as we level up, each level costs more souls. That's how we make sure that farming isn't necessarily always the most valuable use of your time. It's better to move forward, especially if you are capable of defeating bosses. But if you're having trouble defeating bosses, you can spend time preparing, making yourself stronger, and ultimately allowing yourself better advantage towards these bosses that you're having trouble with. A well-made game indeed. Ow. Stupid super attack. Hits everything in the universe. There. Take that tree. Where does this one say? Lying ambush ahead. You're right, because it's literally a bush. And this bush has been slain. Here we go, the entrance to the lower part. Once again, we'll run through this section to get through that door. Sorry I ran through there earlier. Ah, another opportunity to deal with Mr. Lizard. Conserving Estus in this situation is not necessarily important because the enemy we are going to fight will generally one-shot us. Ooh, very scary. So let's make sure that I don't let that happen. Got him. At the very least, I knocked him around so that he could not continue his self-removal. Got him. There we go. Got that twinkling titanite. Oops. Probably take a bit of fall damage there. Alright, not gonna fight the crystal guys here. You've seen them. You've seen them. You'll notice at the top left of my screen, not only do I have the green arrows and creating increased stamina recovery, but also bonus poise. Very useful, especially when fighting enemies with good heavy attacks that could knock us down. This one, for example, imminent beating to a pulp. You're right, sir. Oops, I did emote. Didn't mean to. God, I can't get over how much of an Oni we are. For those of you who know, we kind of look like that monster from One Piece. Alright, I'm going to soften him up here before we can actually fight him. There we go. Look at that scary attack. He has this super heavy weapon, a dragon bone sword hammer thing. It is made from the tooth of a dragon, and from its size, you can see it's a big fucking heavy honking thing. Let's run past him. So, best way to kill this guy is a series of backstabs, using a very strong weapon. Oops. Didn't quite do it rightly. Better to take your time with this guy. He's a... he got me. He got me. Softening him up was not sufficient. Might take a couple tries to beat this boy. Unfortunately, the run back is quite extensive and fraught with peril. But I was right. I was right about not needing Estus, because he one-shots the shit out of us, don't he? Yes, he do. I should dodge more often with him if I'm concerned that I may be hit. Sorry for the long run back. I'll try and take care of him in this second try, but boy, have I demonstrated that I'm not necessarily capable of doing that. So, I'm gonna have you sit here and enjoy watching me be bad at the game. Welcome to Dark Souls. Here's a question. Would it be intelligent to relieve myself of my armor when fighting this guy? You'd think less armor is good, or sorry, bad, but in this case, this guy one-shots me, even while wearing my armor. Therefore, the removal of armor, which doesn't quite allow me to perform fast rolls yet. Does this weigh anything? There we go. Now they're fast. Will give us increased movement speed, increased rolling speed, and give us actually a better chance. Fighting naked is actually a reasonable choice in this game. Kind of like in Game of Thrones, where you have the Dothraki, who fight wearing only leather and minimal clothing, versus the Westeros folks, who fight using armor. The Dothraki believe armor to be a weakening, and it's something that slows you, but well used, it can be extremely helpful. Oh, let's make sure we get our souls. Let's make sure we get those. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, now let's cheat a bit. Take this fire attack! Shield makes it completely worthless. Oh no, he did take some damage due to the AoE of the fire. Spooky, spooky. Dragon Man. Ha! He attacked me midair. Alright. Remember when I said I would get it second try? Well, third time's the charm. It only takes 10 minutes to run all the way back and try again. Why are you complaining? I'll be careful. Even more careful. Try and keep as much distance as I can with him. He doesn't do a whole lot of running. You see, his stamina's low because he's carrying quite the heavy burden. His armor's made of stone or dragon scale, unsure which, and it is one of the heaviest armors in the game. No, don't fall off. Don't fall off. It's also pretty damn cool. in Gwyn's army. He was the head human knight. I believe he eventually broke off as he became hollow. His main task was going around and killing dragons, which is unsurprising that he therefore uses a dragon bone hammer, mace, club as his main weapon, and uses a shit ton of armor and a gigantic shield, which would be pretty good at defending against any sort of breath weapon the dragons might want to use. Suffice to say, he's a cool dude. Need fire. Shut up. Alright. Attempt number 3. Oh, forgot to get my souls. There we go. So here's the trick. Move all the way to the end of the room, run towards him, run past him, and attack right as you're behind him. Whoops. We need to get into better positioning here. Heal up just in case for some reason we can survive an attack. Unfortunately, this is a very cheesy way of defeating this glorious honorable man, but it is a way. Oh, fuck. Hey, that healing that I did actually helped! Happy day. Okay, strategy. Pow. He doesn't have immense amounts of health, but it does take maybe 20 or 30 of these if you are not using a particularly strong weapon. With a good one, a super strong weapon, like my upgraded Zweihander, it only takes maybe half a dozen. Alright, maybe one more would do it. This is risky, but it got him. Rest in peace, heavily armored knight. Hovel. Now his ring is goddamn amazing. Potentially the best ring in the world. Boosts maximum equipment load. This ring was named after Hovel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Hovel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. What does this do exactly? Alright, our maximum equipment load, based on our endurance, is currently 84 while wearing this ring, but if we drop the ring, it drops down to 56. So what is 84 associated to 56? Maybe like a third more. It improves the quantity of stuff you can carry without being slow. So if we wear the same armor that we had on before, we're still slow. But as long as we retain half or less than half of our equip load, we'll do our mid-roll. So we can equip more stuff. For example, we can replace this maybe with the Balder armor, which looks heckin' cool, but does not have a flowing cape in the female version. Let's get one that looks cooler than that. The Elite Knight Armor. This one looks cool. No flowing cape. We don't roll any slower, but it covers a lot more of our body, including our thighs. And we're still only at 26 out of 84. So we can start to actually be our heavy version of ourselves. Elite Knight Leggings shouldn't make us roll slowly yet. Oop. We're still rolling our regular way, but we're wearing Elite Knight equipment. Interesting, interesting indeed. So let's get some Elite Knight gauntlets on. Not quite half of 84 yet. Maybe the Gargoyle Helm. Is the Gargoyle Helm better than this one? There we go. In just about every way. Lucky me. So we're still not halfway to our maximum stuff that we can carry. So we could put on something even heavier. We don't have any heavier gloves, no heavier boots, and no heavier armor. So right now we're wearing this heaviest armor that we can. Got this little flare of a helmet. Got these gigantic blue lips. Let's see if we can open this door up here. I don't know where the key comes from. I don't remember. But we'll see if we can open it. One of the keys that we've gotten may open the way to it. Maybe. Come on. So many stairs. Can you defeat a Stairmaster wearing all this armor? The Watchtower basement key has done it! Oh boy, am I slow now. Here's something I just noticed. Remember that before, the heavy two-handed attack with the Zweihander took all our stamina. Now, we have a tiny sliver left, so we can do the combo. As we get more stamina, we'll be allowed to carry even more and more and more stuff. So we're back here. What should we do from here? I think what I'll do is end it. Congratulations to me for wearing all this radical cool armor and having Hovel's ring. And boy, do I feel big and strong and powerful. But for now, this will be goodbye from good old Jenny No Legs. No legs, I mean Jenny Two Legs. Let's use our new thing. Hurrah! Well, what is it? It's a really kind of annoying emote. People who think they're really cool use it, so let's take it off our bar. Let's take it off our bar. I'm not that kind of person. No, I didn't mean to do that. Joy and hurrah, which are apparently different. Yeah, we did it! Woohoo!